Underneath call routing and inbound is a list of all of your phone numbers. There's a short description for each phone number so you know what they do, and it will tell you the destination that the phone number is set to. Now, if your phone number does not have a destination set, it will tell you that it's not set. If anyone calls this phone number, they will simply get a busy signal because there is no destination. You can see here that this 1152 number is actually set to receive eFaxes for this particular eFax user. If we scroll down, you can see that there is a section for groups. Groups really don't mean anything. They're just for organization. But for the sake of learning this organization, let's create a test group. Actually, let's call it local Dallas numbers. Group successfully added. We can see down here that there is a group called local Dallas numbers. And if we want to, we can set all of our 214 numbers as part of that group. So we'll click edit, local Dallas numbers, and simply submit it. At this point, you can see here that this number is part of the local Dallas numbers group. In smaller installations that have less than 50 phone numbers, grouping is really not necessary. It's only there for organization in larger groups of phone numbers. If we go back into editing a phone number, we can see here that you can set the description of that phone number, and you have an option for caller ID prefix. What this means is that when an inbound call is received on this phone number, the caller ID will be prefixed with whatever you say. So if this particular number is for, it looks like outbound route testing, we can say outbound test : and then now whenever somebody calls into this, it'll show outbound test and then their actual caller ID information. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. The next tab is call flow. There are two destinations that can be used for call flow. The normal voice destination is where you want to send calls that are not faxes. So if you simply set a destination as an extension, then the moment you call that phone number, it will go to this extension. However, the system can do fax detection. This is only to be used if you want to use the same phone number for both voice and fax. If you don't intend on sharing a single phone number for voice and fax, simply leave it as selected destination. For the sake of this video, let's go ahead and set it as an eFax destination. And we'll call it to Luke. So at this point, if a fax machine dials into this phone number, and let's look at what that phone number is again, it's the 0067 phone number, it will go to the eFax destination. If a normal person calls into it, it'll simply go to extension 100. The next tab over is call recording. Notice that we do have a legality tips section telling you about the laws regarding call recording. To summarize, at least one party needs to know that the call is being recorded. If you're recording a call and neither your employee or the caller knows that it's being recorded, it is considered illegal. Of course, it does tell you all this, and it tells you that we are not responsible for the use of your recordings. You can select this phone number to record inbound and outbound calls individually. What that means is if a customer or a caller calls in, then their inbound calls will get recorded, but outbound calls from your employees to the external world will not get recorded unless you check this box. Heading back to phone numbers, we've got a button right up here that says Add Phone Number. Simply add a phone number, set a description, and you have all the exact same settings. Like always, when you're done editing, you'll want to make sure to hit Apply Changes to apply your configuration.